Sometimes you have the itch to play something a little bit different. Perusing the eShop the other day, an air combat game called Sky Gambler's Afterburner piqued my interest. I enjoy dogfighting games, and the video on the eShop did a good job of selling me in my vulnerable state, as I've been wishing Ace Combat 7 had come to the Switch. So, really sight unseen, I decided to purchase this game, and now you won't have to go into a potential purchase of Sky Gamblers without some footage and insight as to what you're in for. First of all, this is a dogfighting game through and through. There's a story mode and multiplayer. I'll get the multiplayer out of the way first, because I couldn't actually play it since I was the only person in the lobby every time I tried. I would venture to guess that this game isn't lighting up the charts on the eShop right now. There is a story mode, as I said, and the gist of it is that in 2023, a general has gone rogue and taken over a substantial part of the military, complete with subs capable of launching nuclear missiles. Your job, along with your team, is to find him and eliminate him. Through 15 chapters spanning the globe, complete with twists and turns in the story, there is about 10 hours worth of content here. Maybe more if you want to replay missions as you earn credits to buy new jets. And speaking of jets, there are a ton of them here. Lots to choose from, and they all have different stats. You can even customize your jet with custom paint options and decals. I tried to do this and the system froze for a good 30 seconds, I assume saving my changes, so be patient, I guess, if you try this. There is also a leveling system, so you essentially level up as you progress in the game. Finally, there is a custom game option where you can choose your arena and battle without the story in the way. All in all, there's definitely options and ways to spend your time in Sky Gamblers. How does it perform though? Well, it is really a mixed bag. In docked mode, frame rate is mostly solid, but there are some pretty bad frame drops where the game goes into the low double-digit frame rates. In portable mode, the game actually looks really good. It seems to perform better too for some reason. I didn't experience the frame rate issues in portable mode that I did in docked mode. There's some surprising levels of detail you'll notice while playing too. For example, in New Zealand I was flying low through the mountains and decided to shoot some trees, and the trees actually got destroyed. I was genuinely surprised when I saw that. As far as audio goes, this is really just poor overall. First, there isn't any music in the game. All you hear are sound effects and some generic banter between pilots, or yours saying that you are locked on or there's a missile coming for you. This likely wouldn't be so bad if there weren't other issues with the sound. During my time with the game, there were odd audio cracks and pops, and one time the sound effects completely stopped working other than the effects from me shooting missiles. So it was complete silence. Very weird and just adds to the overall bad sound you have to deal with while playing Sky Gamblers.
Missiles locked. Missiles locked. Missiles locked. Players ready. Nailed them. Locked.
The good news is that you can listen to something else while playing, and you probably should. There's visual indicators all over the screen which negate having to hear anything. One of the other issues I have with the game, at least in story mode, is that all of the communication is in text boxes on the screen. In many cases, these pop up while you're in the heat of battle. I can't tell you how many times I didn't get a chance to read what was happening because I was pursuing or being pursued. There's no voice acting, as you'd expect for a game like this, with constant banter between pilots. Definitely a big missed opportunity here. Overall, my thoughts on Sky Gamblers are pretty mixed. I had the most fun just mindlessly flying around in handheld mode. I'd recommend not playing this game in docked mode, and if you really want to do some dogfighting on the go, this game allows for that. And, at least in handheld mode, it even looks pretty good. The audio issues and lack of any music are a lot less forgivable though. So it comes down to value, and at $20, even with all the content here, it is really hard to recommend a purchase. For $15 or even $10 or less, I would say that it is worth a look if this seems like the kind of game you're looking for. But at $20, there are a ton of other, much higher quality options out there. I don't regret this purchase because I know I'll get my money's worth out of it. All in all, this is a solid, if slightly overpriced dogfighting game that deserves to be played on the go if you decide to take the plunge. Knowing what I know now, I would put it on my wish list and wait for the inevitable sale coming within the next few weeks or months.